you by the Rosetta Corporation. In fact, every recording played on forward radio is drawn from the Rosetta Corporation's extensive archive of cultural heritage. Even in the face of unprecedented change, the Rosetta Corporation has maintained its commitment to building upon human civilization's greatest achievements. As part of that mission, the Rosetta Corporation has made sure to preserve and catalog significant works of culture, spanning media such as visual art, the written word, architecture, historical artifacts, scientific records, and, of course, music. Without the Rosetta Corporation, many of these treasures would never have survived the past 20 years. The preservation of culture like this may not be easy, but we believe it's worth the effort. After all, the Rosetta Corporation knows we can't progress into the future without knowing our past.
Good evening, everyone. We are back to Once Human. There's been quite a few patches, mostly bug fixes, some exploit fixes. Hello there, Iv. You're new. Let's see real quick. Oh, Bliv. There's an L in that word. I'm sorry. Yep. Anyway, they fixed a number of exploits regarding PvP mechanics. Not that I play on the PvP server, but it's notable that if you do, they're sorting out issues where players are placing secure containment units in water, which is making it damn near impossible to break them. This is obviously unintended, although that is water working the way water actually does, so there's that. Alright, I moved my territory from here next to the wife's over to this far corner of Chalk Peak. And you'll note the area here is polluted, and that's intentional. So one of the things you can do, and it's a little bit of a convoluted setup, but it's not terrible. I've got 2 water pumps here. You only really need 1. Okay, they come up to, let me turn on there, so you can see the logistics involved here. We've got power and water. Water comes up to this inline pump, which pumps the water up to that water bucket. Everything else is gravity fed after that. So we have the water comes down into this osmosis filter, and then into here, where it actually makes impure acid and purified water. You could drink the purified water. I don't recommend drinking that, for what I hope is obvious reasons. Anyway, you can take the purified water and acid, put it in these fermenting or brewing barrels, right? And it makes regular acid. Oh, this is my power generation room. So honestly, this is kind of a cool thing that you can do, but I feel like it's largely unnecessary, right? Like, I just got 4 acid from that barrel, and that took a long time to make. And there's a lot of power that goes into this, right? Each one of these barrels is 10 watts of power. This osmosis filter is 10 watts of power. This inline pump is 1 watt. That's pretty cheap. These are what, 6 watts each? 10 watts each. So even if you only use one of each thing, you're looking at 10, 11, 21, 31, 31 watts of power. That's more than one generator, right? Because these biomass generators produce 25 watts each. Like that's a lot to make a very small amount of acid. Now maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe there's a better way to go about it. I don't know. But this is the setup that I've seen other people using, and I don't understand why. Now, acid's a pretty cool resource, right? You need acid for a lot of things.
You'll be glad you did.
If you're making gunpowder, which you will be making gunpowder early game. It's another way over here. Okay, ignition. Okay, if you're making gunpowder, you need 3 acid per craft, 3 charcoal, and 6 sulfur. This is kind of expensive, right? Like, not terrible. Charcoal is pretty easy to make. Sulfur is incredibly easy to get. I got 14,000 sulfur. Especially if you have a Digby boy, which I think I don't. Yeah, I got 1 Digby boy left. I had 4 of them. So getting sulfur isn't that hard. Getting charcoal is very easy. You just have to cut down trees and put the wood in the furnace, and that makes charcoal. And then the acid. The only way to get acid other than making it the way I'm making it is to kill deviants. That's it. Kill deviants. Go over to the starter area here. The starter area here is Dayton Wetlands. And we can go to literally any town here. What is this? That's not Thruwville. Thruwville's way too low. This is Rosetta. We don't want a Rosetta encampment. We want. Well, the monolithic greed is not Rosetta. That's deviations. So we're gonna go there real quick, and just to show you like how much acid you can legitimately get just by running a dungeon, basically. These aren't dungeons; they're overworld things. Like they're not instanced, which I kind of wish they were. I am way overkill for this. This is like the starter areas. I need copper ingots. Switch to my machine gun. Now, I'm in all tier 5 gear with tier 5 weapons. Like, this is way overkill, but you could feasibly do this. With tier 2. Relatively easily. Oh, look, he dropped gunpowder straight up. Hey, 9 Hertz. I don't actually, like, I kind of remember that, but I don't remember your name attached to that. Did you have a different username then? They'll drop a copper ingot, so they're gonna make a liar out of me. Yeah, I would still not pay a whole lot of attention to that, man. But if you're super concerned about it, any kind of civil discourse that's going to involve a case number is public information. You can look it up. So you can literally look up the docket numbers if it's an actual legal civil matter. But I can also tell you from my own personal experience that if you are ever served from a legal matter, the number one thing you're going to get is mail. They don't email that stuff to you. It comes via mail. In a lot of cases, it comes either certified, or it will come and it will be handed to you by a constable, or your local sheriff. Legal matters are not handled via electronic means. They just aren't. So, good. Yeah, you don't. What likely happened is that your information was leaked. This happens quite a bit from like websites that suffer data breaches, and it actually happens a lot. Like, it's really common anymore. I get notifications on my phone all the time about data breaches. So likely your email was leaked in a data breach, and that information was then sold to scammers. And actually, if you give me a second, I'll actually show you a really cool trick for how you can find out exactly who's selling your data. Why are they all dropping copper? Like, this is weird. Usually they drop acid. Okay. Yeah, this game's about to straight up make a liar out of me. Alright. You mean the mail header? Yeah, you can send me the mail header. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't need to teleport out of here. I'll just ride out. I had a point I wanted to prove here, and I'm not able to prove. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, you subscribe with Prime. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. That helps me out a lot. Now let me just get out of this godforsaken. Oh, that's a rock. Or that's a concrete barrier. I can drive good, I promise. My wife will tell you otherwise. I crash into shit constantly. Terrible at this. Yeah, I meant to park that under that truck. It was 100% intentional. Alright, it says... no reply at Google com date. Notification from Google mailed by southbound fraud bounce with Google com signed by standard encryption. Alright, so do you know how domain names work? Oh, dude, once human, you definitely should. It's free. Like, there's literally no reason to not play this game if you're into survival. If you're into survival crafting games. All right, let me show you how. how domain names work. All right, what is that? Oh, that's the auto hotkey thing I was working on for the wife, which I didn't actually need. All right, so domain names are purchased as just the name. So like I own keepsworks.com. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. It's pretty small on me. There we go. I love Notepad++. This is such a great program. Okay, I own keepsworks.com. Now in my DNS settings, okay, I can add what's called a subdomain. So the first subdomain everybody adds out of convention is www. This is the same thing, these two things, okay? Kind of. They actually don't have to be the same thing, but by convention, they typically are, okay? And I will redirect this URL, or the subdomain, at my web server so that any web requests will go to my web server and be responded. Okay, the domain you're looking at here is
We've got ads.
oh, we got ads. All right, since you just subscribed, I'll continue explaining to you. Well, no, is there anybody else in chat? There isn't. Okay, it's just me, you, and Nightbot. All right, so this is the actual domain, not Google. Okay, this is a subdomain of Comdate. Okay, because I can do that too. Like I can go to GoDaddy right now and set up. If I could type. And I could point that at a different web server if I want, or an MX, or a Qmail server, so I can use that address for email if I want to, right? Could easily do that. Hey, Fernando. So this is the actual domain. Not this. This is a subdomain. This is something that's set up and as a record in their DNS settings. So that's the number one thing that's going to give away scammers is that they'll try to use common names, but they put them in the wrong places. Do not play with that. I don't like you enough to listen to it. Yeah, I'm talking to you, cat. Yeah, go to sleep. My cats are being butts. Yep. By the way, don't actually visit this website because that web server is currently down. I don't have anything going on with that right now. Which I should be working on instead of playing a game, but we're playing a game because I can. Similarly, I could set up and this goes to a different web server that makes a website that looks eerily similar to the Yahoo website. Okay? Or if not the same, right? Because you could just go to any old website, right? And you could just grab the. I don't actually do this very often with Chrome. Is it view source? Yeah, there it is. Right. I could just copy all of this into a text file, fix a little bit up where it breaks, because the JavaScript will likely break in some places. And I will have a web page that looks damn near identical to Yahoo's website. It's pretty easy to do. Oh shit! I forgot to send out the stream announcement. Thank you, hon. I typed it up and I forgot to send it. Bang. Oh. Assuming TTS even works. Probably won't. Nope. TTS is broken. Yeah, TTS broke. It threw an error.
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, we're having trouble finding that site. We can't connect to the server at www.keepsworks.com. If you entered the right address, you can. Try again later. Check your network connection. Check that Firefox has permission to access the web. You might be connected but behind a firewall. Try again.
Yeah, again, it doesn't actually point to anything right now.
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, we're having trouble finding that site. We can't connect to the server at www.keepsworks.com. If you entered the right address, you can.
Neat. So that wholesale broke my TTS parser. Hold on. Just inspect variables.
Nancy No Pansy from Twitch says, you didn't send out your stream announcement.
Alright, give me just a second. Hey, Remy. I will fix you in a second there, Goldfish. Where did Nightbot... Yeah. So, yes, Nightbot did eat the message and removed it from chat, but my TTS bot still picked it up, and that's why it got pushed through twice. Don't worry. I will fix you guys. All right, fixed. Correct, Andrew. Yes, so long as they are not combined into a singular chat. Holy shit, it's gaming with Zen? Stop calling me that. You're so weird. Oh. Yeah, no worries, 9Hertz. Anytime, man. Again, it's funny, like most of my streams are about like game development, software and stuff, or just gaming in general. But web design is actually where I started. That's where I started my whole journey to wanting to develop and be a better programmer. So when you ask questions that are specifically about like domains and how the internet in general works, that is not just my wheelhouse. I am at the center of that wheelhouse. Like that is my whole shtick right there. All right, Remy and Veteran, both you guys cool it. Yeah, it's 9Hertz. As far as chicks sending nudes to other dudes, I don't remember which one of you said it, but I did read it in there. Veteran, okay. The correct response for that is, how much did they pay for them? Nice, goldfish. Nice. Fucking everybody's here tonight. I got Fernando in YouTube chat, or he was. He's not there anymore. Or just dropped him from the list. I haven't seen this many people in Twitch chat in a long ass time. Dope as shit. This makes me happy. Where the hell am I? Anyway, oh, I'm at the Monolith of Greed. That's right. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm showing how to collect acid in bulk. We're going to go to a teleport tower. There's literally a teleport tower at the top of this monolith I could have went to. I'm stupid. Alright, we're going back in. Guys, I said cool it. Like, come on. So, when it comes to relationships, most problems can be fixed with perspective. And it sucks, right? Like, it sucks. Like, I've been cheated on. I've had women do some really grimy shit to me. In fact, I had a whole stream about it a couple of nights ago. About some of the awful things I've had to put up with. And, you know, it's tough. It's a hard thing. But you can't let that shit, you cannot let that shit rule your life. Like, you can't. It's okay to be sad about it. That's fine. That's natural. Don't let it stop you. Don't let that be the thing that brings your life to a halt, because that's bad. That's bad for you. We're gonna go. No, not there. That's Rosetta Run. There is a base. Is this it? Yeah, the oil field. That'll work. I'll go here. I'll just ride over. I do remember, Remy. I do remember that whole thing. And so, like, the advice goes for you too, right? Like, especially at your point in life, like, because both of you guys are pretty young, right? You're gonna have that with relationships where they just work, or they don't work, or they seem like everything's good, and then everything falls apart literally all at once. Wait a minute. God damn it.
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, guys, Fernando wants to now share a secret. He is now aiming for FIFA 25 or FIFA or whatever that shitty game is called.
Oh, shit. I'm trying to fix stuff on my other monitor. I almost got run over by a bus. Hold on. It's a cute code. I've got some weird shit happening in my TTS. Yeah, here it is. It is throwing an exception in the regex engine. And I don't know why. All right, we're going to comment that out. And... oh, no, it's not throwing an exception. It's doing what the fuck I told it to. Because I was testing and I forgot to stop. I'm dumb. Compile. Save. Okay. All right, it'll stop throwing that stupid. What was happening was I had a debug dialog box that was popping up every time I would send a TTS message or play one, and it was trying to work out something that's weird that's going on in the background. Anyway, the TTS system isn't 100%, but it's working pretty well enough that I wanted to use it and continue testing it. Because testing it with under live fire with you guys is way better than anything I'm going to do. No, that thing's not gonna kill me, dude. I'm way too tough for that. Just would have been annoying. Nice. Tower of Babel there. You got a clock on the wall. That's cool. All right. Remy, one of those things is correct and the other is not. Always be the nice guy. Always. As much as you can, right? Like, it gets hard. especially when you will find yourself getting walked on quite a bit because people are, I don't want to say people are terrible. I want to say people are selfish and terrible without realizing it in most cases, right? Especially young people. You know, oh, there's a house there. That's rude. That is rude. You are rude. You put your house right in the way. I don't like you anymore, or at all. That's cool. I like the little stepping design he's got there, though. It's neat. He has a pet bear. That's sulfur. Oh, God. Again, it's not fair to say terrible because that's not really accurate. The problem is lack of experience, right? Like, on your side, on their side, everybody's side, young people just don't have the experience relationships to really comprehend how difficult compromise is and how often you have to do it. No, it does not look like me. There aren't enough sliders to make the character nearly as good looking as me. Also, you can't add facial hair, so. I want to get, no, I don't want to go there. I want to go here. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're gonna find that's common. And again, I'm not trying to like make light of your situation. Like that's rough to deal with. I understand. But it's really common, especially with young people. And it's not a generational thing. Like this isn't a, oh well, it's because millennials are trash and no, that's literally everybody. Dude, I was with a girl for I don't even know how long, months and months. When I was about 18 or so, and we were getting on really, really well, and you know, I had pretty high hopes for everything. I got into an argument with her nasty younger sister because she was an entitled little brat, and I told her that she was an entitled little brat, and I found myself single later that day. So, yeah. It doesn't take much always, man. Like, the problem is everybody's throwing around that magic L word because they think they know what it means, and you don't. Like, you really don't. Nobody does. Not until you're in that situation where you have to learn. And I mean, I can tell you what it is, right? Like, I can describe it to you, but until you feel it, it doesn't really make sense. And that is when you reach a point where somebody else's needs feel more important than your own, not actually are more important. Don't lose perspective on that statement, okay? But when you constantly find yourself wanting to go out of your way for someone else, you're pretty much there. But that's basically it. You're a big boy, aren't you? Okay, my sniper rifle does more damage than grenades do. Just a second, Chad. I'll get right back with you here. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing too, Remy. That rush. I was pretty dehydrated.
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, Keep, if it was you vs that big creature in real life, you would have beat him with one easy uppercut and also beat him with your handsomeness and muscles.
Yes. Yes, because in real life, I tank. Like that. It's called a taunt, chat. That's what that is. That's taunting. Okay. Although on the real, and I want to make this, it's actually a really important lesson a lot of people don't know. Throwing uppercuts in a street fight is literally one of the worst things you can do. I've been fighting for a long time. Obviously, in my 40s now, it's not something I make a habit out of. But if I had to, I'm still more than capable. Throwing hooks and crosses, perfectly fine. Jabbing around, bobbing and weaving, good idea. Uppercuts, not without gloves on. And the reason for that is that when you throw an uppercut, let me get the fuck away from this disaster here real quick. Okay. When you throw an uppercut, right, you come up this way, okay, there's a chance, and it's a fairly high chance that your opponent's going to see the punch coming, and they're going to pull back to get away from it. If you catch them wrong, you can end up with the top of their teeth, like their top row of teeth, embedded in the top of your knuckles. Like, and it's not coming out. Like, you're not going to just like, oh, well, I'll just pull his teeth out. No, you won't. You're going to be in a lot of pain. So throwing uppercuts in a street fight, generally not great. So oh, that's gross, Remy. I can see that message. Probably don't say stuff like that. It's gross. No, you can, Remy. Nancy got you. Oh, that was a TTS message. Oh, yeah. Gross. Let me fix that though. That's super gross. Shit. damn it. Yeah, I'm really actively trying to clean TTS up a lot. Like, I think TTS is a really great tool for keeping chat involved with the stream. The problem is it turns into a toy where my entire stream turns into me putting fires out because chat is saying things that they probably shouldn't say. And more importantly, aren't things I should be recording and broadcasting. Hello. Alright. Goldfish, before you think about it, if I had to fight this monster in real life, I'm going to run for my fucking life. That thing has a drill for a face. Son of a bitch. God damn it. Gotta hit him somewhere other than the drill face. Oh, cool.
Remy the Dogite from Twitch says, "Keep, I have taint zits."
It still went
LL
through, Jesus
Goldfish
Christ.
LL2 from Twitch says, "Guys, Prime Gaming in October is quote cooking. They have been giving away some cool games like Doom Eternal, BioShock Remastered, Tomb Raider, Legend, Borderlands 2, Borderlands Prequel, Kerbal Space Program, and a few more good games."
Yeah, I actually got Kerbal Space Program from that. Well, yeah, actually the wife got it because it's her Prime account. I don't know if anybody was watching there, but for like a week and a half that my computer was down, I was playing it. I was playing on her computer. So if you looked in Discord and you saw her playing Kerbal Space Program, that was me. Wait, does that work? Yep. So, Hun, when I said the other night that you cannot do heavy attacks with your melee weapon by using quick melee, you can. You just have to hold the button down. So if you, the quick melee key is V, so you could just swap melee without actually having to change weapons, or you could press 3 to switch to your melee weapon. But if you could dash, hit V, tap. Nice. I don't know if it's the same thing, but let's try. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not the same thing. I have no
We've got
stamina.
ads.
Okay. Yep, ads. Okay. All right. You and me both.
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, I usually like Prime Gaming because of the games they offer. Sometimes it's shit and sometimes it's pretty good. I do hope December is good.
All right, we're gonna wait on this. All right, I'm gonna close this. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna switch streamer bots. So what I did was I installed a second version of streamer bots side by side. That way I could work on one while the other was still functioning. So I'm bringing up the old one now with the old filter. Please don't abuse that. Because I want to because it's still bugged out, but it's still not acting right, and TTS isn't firing correctly. And I have to keep changing windows. I will probably work on it a little bit after stream tonight. Oh, anyway, the point of me doing this, like, I've just been running around bullshitting, and I've got 43 acid, right? Like, and this is just me running around, barely focusing on what I'm doing. See, there's 5 acid right there. All right. Okay, that's an oven. That's not acid, but that'll break down into stuff in disassembly. Oh. Hate spiders. I hate mimics even more. Okay. No, not really. Um, some of the like idiosyncrasies of things can be a little tough, but for the game itself, it's generally pretty easy. Um, especially if you do it on PvE. If you play on a PvP server, you're pretty much sentencing yourself to getting trolled repeatedly. While I can't say that I've actually played on a PvP server because I haven't, but I have. So, me and my wife were part of the beta test for this game, and the betas were PvP enabled because they were testing all the features, and it wasn't something you could turn off. Like, it was just there. And like, there are, even on this, because this is PvE, there are still PvP elements, right? But they're opt-in, kind of. They're opt-in by proximity. Like, if you go into a zone that is a PvP event, you are flagged for PvP. And this was highlighted a couple of nights ago when me and the wife were playing, and we came up on what's called a cargo shuffle, or cargo conquest, which is a PvP mini event. And we were riding by. We were on our motorcycles, and there was a guy standing on top of the truck for the cargo shuffle, cargo conquest. It used to be called a shuffle. And yeah, this guy just was just annihilating everybody. He was obviously fairly high level, and he had at least very good gear. I couldn't see his level from where I was. Dude, I'd like for you to die now. And he had what I assume is either a light machine gun or an assault rifle based on its rate of fire. And yeah, he lit Nancy up. Like, he was just fucking her up, and she couldn't get away from him. Like, every time she would use an adrenaline shot to get back up, like, he would just pop her again and again. The guy was being a complete troll and an asshole. So I spun my bike out and I pulled off the side of the road. I ducked behind a hill, and I popped up my sniper rifle and I started putting rounds in his forehead. And eventually it downed him long enough for Nancy to be able to get up and get the fuck away from him. We really weren't interested in the mini game. We were just interested in doing something else that unfortunately our path of travel went through that mini game. Anyway, he was probably fairly upset, considering he could not find me to shoot me. Well, yes, we do the cargo shuffles, but only when nobody's there. Because we don't generally enjoy PvP content. And it's generally because PvP is by and large toxic, right? Most games that have a PvP element, you will always find a group of people that are elitist pricks about it, and will go camp every single PvP event with little regard to how unfun they are making the game for other people. So, like, I understand, like, I'm currently in a level 43 area. Like, this whole area up here, like, this is all endgame stuff. So if there was something PvP going on here and I got wrapped up in it, I'm on level to deal with that. Okay? I mean, I'm max level. I'm level 50. Like, it doesn't get any better than this. All my gear is tier 5. It needs some calibration, but for the most part, all my shit's set up. PvP in this particular situation with other people at my gear level is not unfair, for the most part. But when you are down here, right, where's the vineyard? Here's the vineyard. When you are down here doing a cargo shuffle, there's this one that goes up this road here. Okay, this is a level 36 area. Okay, when you get a level 50 down there, just sitting on top of the truck, just murdering everybody, letting nobody else get to participate in the event, that's not fun for anyone. I mean, other than the guy standing there just farming sproutlets. So, which is generally why I don't partake in PvP elements. Now, I played EVE Online for years, which is an all PvP game all the time, but it's one of those things that's understood when you start playing the game, that there is no safe space in EVE. There is nowhere you can be unless you are docked up in a station where you can't get blown up. EVE has high security locations where there is a police presence, but the police, for the most part, do not stop players from attacking you. They exact revenge for you. So, if you engage in PvP in Empire Space without a good goddamn reason to do so, and there are mechanics that are in place for that, Concord, as they are called, will show up and they will own your ship right off from underneath you. And there's little you're going to do to stop them. But again, this is understood. This is an understood mechanic of the game. Not that. Smelt up whatever tungsten I've got, which isn't a lot. Okay. Okay. This dude makes the grossest sounds. Oh. And then he just fucks off to another floor of the house when he's done. Cool. 9 Hertz, the game, I want to give you a warning, right, about the game. It is an MMORPG in the same way that a lot of other games are. Okay, there are quest lines to follow, and there's a clear story being told that you follow along with. The game is Chinese, and it has a slightly different take on how progression works. It progresses through the season. Okay, and it starts on the first season, and you can play, and while you're in season 1, there's still bits of the game that are locked that you just don't have any access to. And as weeks go by, new seasons unlock, or new parts of the season unlock, until you get to here. We're actually almost at the end of the season. You can see the little markers right here. We're pretty much done, and we're getting ready to sign up for a new season. When you sign up for a new season and the new season starts, you lose all of your levels. You lose pretty much everything that you've put into the game, but it's not really gone. The game uses the concept of this space-time backpack and a combination world called Eternal Land. I can just show you that real quick. Eternal Land is the only thing that survives from season to season. But you can't use it like glorified storage. That's not how it works. I've done almost nothing with Eternal Land, by the way. Jesus Christ, game. What are you doing to me? Why am I here? Okay. Oh, because that's where I put it. Okay. The game is very much fun for friends. It is. Me and the wife play together, and it has made the game substantially more enjoyable as a result. Okay. You can build a house and stuff here in Eternal Land, and it functions the way you'd think it would. But again, you can't take anything from Eternal Land back to the actual game worlds. That's not directly anyway. What you do is you have this space-time backpack, okay? And you can transfer things via this button from your space-time backpack to your actual season backpack. Which I need to destroy a bunch of stuff in here because there's just no point in having it. All the weapons that you've had, armor, everything you've made, it all ends up in the space-time backpack at the end of the season. Now, when a new season starts, like I said, you can pull stuff from your space-time backpack using this currency here. You will always have 20,000 currency when the season starts, and everything you bring back will cost a certain amount of that. Now you can't actually see it right. Oh wait, yeah, you can. Say this. It's like 10. You know, and you can just bring these things from your space-time backpack to your season backpack. So you can bring weapons and stuff over, but yeah, insufficient points. This is really expensive to do. Sports Geek. All right, hon. I. Why would she buy a Cybertruck? Like, why? Like, I mean, to each their own. I think those things are just fucking dumb. Like, there's nothing wrong with a Tesla. Like, if you want to buy an electric car or a hybrid or something, that's fine. You do you. But I don't understand the point of the Cybertruck. It doesn't really have the power that a real truck has. That's not what I meant to click. No. Wife texted me. How do you leave Eternal? Oh, right there. There is no truth to that text, hon. I don't think that worked out the way you think it did. And she's not in chat anymore. Oh no, don't misunderstand. I realize that the vehicles, they do test well, and they are pretty nice inside, right? Like they're kind of cool. I do things with my truck that I would never try to use a Cybertruck for, like never. So when I think of a truck, like I think of the kind of workload that I put on the vehicle, and I know that would never work for me. So when I asked the question, it was really just why? Why would you need one? I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. And from what you've described there in chat, then yeah, no, it sounds like it suits your needs. It might be a bit expensive for those needs, but you do you. I mean, if that's the way you want to do it, that's how you want to go about it, then go about it that way. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. I'm just a guy on the internet with a fucking opinion, you know? I've got a big, well, it's not big. I've got a 2010 Nissan Frontier that I pull a trailer with. I would not hook my trailer up to a Cybertruck. Not because I don't think it would pull it. It's got enough power. It doesn't have the suspension. It's never going to hold my trailer up in here. It's just going to bottom right the fuck out. You're not climate change kind of people. That's funny.
Make sure to stop whatever you're doing if you encounter Rosetta personnel and wait for their instructions. Next, stay put. Don't make any sudden movements, and unless you've been specifically ordered to do so, don't approach Rosetta personnel or attempt to leave the area. Finally, comply. For your own safety, it's imperative to follow any direct orders from Rosetta personnel. Keep in mind that as long as you pose no active threat and have not been affected by Stardust, you will not be harmed. Thousands of Rosetta personnel risk their lives each and every day to create a viable future for humankind. So if you run into them, remember these 3 simple steps and let them go about their vital business. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah, because that doesn't sound super authoritarian or anything. We're not doing that. I do not comply well when people show up with guns. I don't like the way they look either. I don't. I think they look like a giant silver Dorito on wheels. But I'm old school. You know, I think of a truck and I think of a truck. I think of, you know, like the big, realistically speaking, when I think of a truck, I'm thinking of like a 79 Ford F100. You know, the things just did not stop pulling anything. They were fucking ridiculous. Oh. Oh my god. No, I'm not reading it aloud. You can't make me. You can't make me, sports geek. Oh. Oh shit, because I switched to the old TTS system, it's not bit enabled anymore. It's only channel points. That's right. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's wait, that's command triggered. Hold on. And that's yeah, Twitch channel reward. I don't have the bits integration in here. I've got to get that thing fixed. Jesus. So I said I was going to do it a while ago, and I did go through and set that up, but I don't think so. 9 hertz. I'll roll up and look. No, I didn't misread it. I know exactly what I'm looking at. Are you confused by something I said, or? The com date part? Yeah. Yeah, well, it's first of all, it's an invalid extension, right? Like, that's not a valid, it's not a valid extension for the internet. The com2 shit. Yeah, I'll just copy that real quick and then paste it in there. Do not actually send anything to that email address, chat. Don't do that. This is invalid. Or oh no, you know what it is? There's a missing space there. It's supposed to be like that. Which is funny. So hold on. So now it does actually look like a legit email address, even though it's not. Okay. You're right, I did misread it. I was misunderstanding what was happening. The headers are mashed together. Because the new line characters are being pulled out. So hold on. So if I take this whole thing, okay, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to put it back in Notepad++, right? Yeah, see, it pumped out as one line. Okay, so we go to here, 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 here. Okay. This actually looks like a legit email header. It looks like. It's still not. This is probably cheated. this 2 line is wrong. Because this, according to this mail header, this email was sent to a no reply. I don't know, actually. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. Like that should be your email address since you received the email, but it's not there. Yeah, I suppose there's no harm in it at this point. I can copy paste. If I don't like it, I'll delete it. I want to see what the body of the message looks like. There is a reason for this to work, by the way. They're called mailing lists. Oh, then remove that. I don't want you doxing yourself. So like as a mail server admin, one of the things I could do is set up a user list or a mailing list rather, which will just consist of various emails. And then I can send a to header to actually it would be right, because it would be my mail server that I'm setting this up on, right? And this mailing list gets treated like a regular user, so that when you send mail to it, the email server grabs all the email addresses that are in that list and sends them to everybody. But it only works inter-server. Yeah, probably. Just change it to like, like that, and then, like that, so that it still has context on what's supposed to be there. I mean, there's this, which I assume is the number. Actually, you know what? Let me just watch this. Let's do a little research. Hang on. I'm starting to get a little concerned about this. A little bit.
We've got ads.
What, you didn't get ads? It doesn't have to. It's a perfectly normal and standardized greeting. Looks like this is a template email that's just, got information shoved in it in various places. All right, well, it says here that we are now permitted to disclose the receipt of the legal process to you. The agency reference number or case number on the legal process is, and there's a whole bunch of numbers there. You can ask Google for that receipt because you would probably like to find out. I'm not sure, dude. This might be legit. It might be. Actually, wanna. No. I don't know, dude. This is tough. This has me concerned, right? Like the 2 line, because the only way you pull this off is with mailing list, and I don't know why they would set up a mailing list to do this, but it's possible, right? I don't know. I wouldn't be too worried about that. So if this email is legit, if it's legit, what it is saying is that Google was required to comply with a request for information from a legal problem, meaning there was some sort of investigation opened. And if you didn't hear anything about it, that investigation is probably closed. And I say that because Google would not be telling you that they can release the receipt of that information until after the investigation's closed. They would not be permitted to let you know that an investigation has been opened, which is why it actually says that in the email that legal process for the city department compelling the release of information related to your Google account. A court order previously prohibited Google from notifying you of the legal process. That's pretty standard shit. I would proceed with caution, first of all, since it tells you in the email what legal process was opened. Go to your local courthouse, go to the pathonetary's office, and ask them. Take take a copy of the email with you, right? So you have the case numbers and docket numbers, if applicable. And if there's anything going on, they have to tell you. And then if there is anything going on, the biggest, oh, you don't have a car. How old are you? Please don't say you're younger than 13. Dude, get an Uber, get something. My course of action would be this. You go down to the courthouse, ask the pathonetary's office about any information, with those numbers or anything else that comes up that has your name on it, where you are named as either being investigated or where you are named as a potential witness to something else, because again, they have to tell you. And then if there is something, the smartest two things you can do is shut up, call a lawyer. Do those things in that order. I've been in court a bunch of times, man. It's not really that scary. Like, your first time in court definitely is, because the whole new experience and there's the anxiety attached to that. But for the most part, understand that courts are, again, for the most part, just trying to get to the bottom of something that's going on and hopes that everybody helps. If you haven't done anything wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about. Yeah, that don't mean anything. You know, there's 1,000 things you can do with your computer that are all illegal and would absolutely warrant an investigation, and you will have never seen a cop in your life. Like pirating software, contributing to the illicit activities of people involving minors, or contributing to some sort of terrorism. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do that are illegal. That doesn't necessarily mean you've ever seen a cop. And again, the thing that's got me fucked up is that they emailed you about it, which it's Google that emailed you it apparently. If the message is to be believed, right? This has me kind of fucked up. Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah, this is... Okay, so I'm looking at the Google support community right now. You're not the only person having this problem, and the general consensus through here is that it's bullshit. It's a scam to try to get your account details. So, and here's the thing though, right? This line right here, this from line, this is impossible to fake. You cannot fake this line. You can dummy it though, right? You can do some cheaty shit, right? You can do one of these. And in the mail header, it looks like it came from that address. So if you're just copy pasting right from the message, it's not getting the real email address. You have to expand the mail headers and actually look. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that, but I need you to give me a second because I'm not a huge fan of opening my email on stream, but we're gonna do it. That's not how you do that. There we go. Give me a second. So I need to find an email. Oh, you know what? You know what? What's this? Fernando sent me an email. If I still have it. Or this will work too. Nope, never mind. You can't have that's got banking information in it. That's no bueno. Hold on, chat. Jesus Christ. Updates. That's no. Here we go. Can I do this? Yeah, I can do this. Okay. All right. So here is an email that I received as a webinar invite. Right. This is spam, by the way, because my name is obviously not Joanne. You can see here. Here's the email address, right? Click this. This is the email header. From what I can understand, yeah, it looks like it's just a phishing attempt to get you to talk back to this. I don't know, because it doesn't, for information. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm dumb. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Okay, 94-2023-001250. Is that a phone number? Hold on. No, it's not a phone number. I don't know what the fuck that is. The agency reference number or case number on legal processes. More information how Google handles. Because Google is a United States-based company, and being United States-based means that their fucking phone number starts with a +1 for international calling. Yeah, I mean, I could just take the fucking numbers like this, copy it, and paste it. There, number searched. That's apparently a model number for a gasket of some sort for Henry Technologies. That's for the Board of Elections. That's for NASA. I mean, you can if you're okay with that information being publicly available, man. Like, yeah, like that's it. Like, it's not just a matter of you saying it, it's the fact that you're going to say it, and then I'm going to use that information while I'm streaming, and it becomes embedded in the video, and it becomes public. All of my videos are uploaded to YouTube, by the way. Every single one of my live streams are recorded on YouTube. Yeah, we probably don't want that. So, okay, I had created a space here, and I had created a space here. Yeah, no, it really didn't like that. Okay. So, anyway, so if you go to your email, right, you have Gmail, because I saw the thing there. Click on the little arrow. Okay, this is what you're looking for, the from line. This has to be a legit google.com address. If it does not say google.com, it is not a legit Google email. Because again, you cannot spoof this line, not with a real mail server. It will, yeah, it looks legit. Then reach out to Google, man. Or, like I said, go to your local pathonetary office. Redundant gaming, what's going on, bro? You know, same shit, different day. We're going through a potential issue. That's fine. Report it. I really want to know who the hell this is. Weird. Yeah, the general consensus through the Google Help forums was that it appears to be a phishing attempt, but that's just it. Phishing attempts ask you for information, and this email does not ask you for shit. It just... you also said that the last part was cut off. Why does that message pin, by the way? I don't want that pin. Unpin. Okay. Yeah, that's weird, because it, like I said, a phishing attempt will usually pry for information. This doesn't do that. This message just tells you that there's an investigation that led to the release of some of your information that is stored by Google. This information was requested by a court order, and they were also under a gag order as a result of it. They are now permitted to disclose and receipt the legal process to you, agency reference number or case number. Dude, I don't know. Hold on. Google Legal Department. Not exactly what I was after. This is for removals. Contact Google Legal Department to serve a subpoena. Google. Here is their toll-free number. I'll just copy that, paste it in here. Boop. I don't know. See, that's weird. That's not usually how things work via email. Most people know that you don't reply to automated emails like that. Most people do. But there is Google's toll-free number for their legal department. You can call them, inform them that you received that email. They'll probably be able to look up any case numbers and stuff that are associated with it, and go from there. You know, use your own a little bit of detective skills in your own, to see, you know, what may have been requested. Also, I would ask if this is legit. I would ask what information was released, and they have to tell you. So, again, I also want to bullet point this entire conversation with the fact that I am not a lawyer. I have never been to school for any of that happy horse shit, and none of the things that come out of my mouth should ever be constituted as legal advice. So put that there. But doing your own investigative work, there's nothing wrong with that. Call a toll-free number tomorrow at around 9 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, because Google's West Coast company. He got a weird email. Redundant. That's what happened. He got an email that says that some of his information was requested by a legal service, and Google was forced to comply and give them that information. And he doesn't understand why that's happening, or what legal service requested it, or what the fuck is going on, or why he's receiving this email. It's possibly just junk. In fact, it's probably just junk. But when you receive things like that, it's best to do a little bit of your own footwork. Now, obviously, I cannot call on your behalf. Besides, I don't have my own legal shit going on right now. I definitely don't need to be taking on anybody else's. So call them. Call them tomorrow morning. Like, hey, I got this email. It's got some numbers attached to it for a case number and stuff. Would you mind helping me out? Everything looks like junk to me, dude. Everything. Yeah, everything looks like junk to me. Like, I don't really know how to describe it. Like, I don't handle any legal business through email. I handle it through certified mail. So we're gonna nix this because I am not getting to play this game, and it's fine. Let's change the stream to software and game development. We're gonna change this to just to go live. That's not important. Software. We're just gonna call it game dev and C# TTS. Rescue. Okay. Yeah, so for legal compliance reasons, they would have to send you an email. There's no reason they would send you a second one. So it's most likely garbage. Again, I'm saying most likely. I can't possibly know 100% for sure. There's just no way. I can't, and I'm not going to 100% say either way because there's no way. Unless I'm actively a part of the situation, I can't know. Right, because according to the email, it wasn't anything account related. A it says that a department outside of Google, like a legal department, whether it was a district attorney or a police investigative service or something like that, subpoenaed Google for information about your account and possibly others, and they were forced to comply. That email was just telling you that they did that. So it wouldn't have anything to do with your account. Like if Google thought you were doing something with your account that you're not supposed to be doing, they would turn off your service and not even tell you about it. And I know because I lost a Google AdSense account that way. One of my community members at the time thought he was going to help me out, and he went to a website I had built where I had banner ads through Google AdSense, and he sat there just clicking ads, just clicking them over and over and over again. And I got in a ton of trouble, and they turned off my Google AdSense account. I had that AdSense account for like 2 weeks. That's it. And it can never be reinstated, which is really, really irritating. Oh, yeah. I'm tired. Not really tired. Like, I shouldn't be tired. I slept almost all day. It's been a really rough weekend. If you were here for Friday night stream, it was um it was a pretty bad time. I got pretty drunk. Not on stream, but like I got really drunk after I was done. And I slept so long it kinda like fucked up my whole sleep wake schedule. And so I'm gonna be up all night tonight and probably tomorrow as a result. So I'm not really tired. So what you say, I'm just waking up. Oh. And yeah, I'm pretty jacked. My for work I move like really heavy things all the time. My buddy owns a scrap metal removal business. I work with him, and like we grab like 600-pound boilers and just wrestle them around. Sending the email to ChatGPT, not the worst thing you can do. I don't really use AI tools except for like Google Gemini occasionally. But even then, I don't really like to ask Google Gemini things because it tends to. Okay, hold on. You're familiar with the law of averages and how things tend to want to distribute, right? Okay. If I dropped a bucket of marbles into a hopper that's shaped like this, okay, I would actually end up with a distribution of marbles on the floor or in a container, right? That looks like this, where most marbles will kind of pile up around here, okay, and then less at the ends. Well, when you, shit, large language models like uh, learning models like that, especially for things like Google Gemini and other tools that are designed to help you write software or help you code, okay, they're trained on data. That data comes from the internet, where there is a gigantic amount of information just floating around. Okay. I mean, I'm sure all of us here have been to Stack Overflow at least once. All right. The problem is that most of the code on the internet is shit. It's shit. Okay. These are hacked out solutions to problems that should never make it to production. And that's what ChatGPT and other learning AI tools are basing their code on, is garbage code. So if we make the assumption that the internet code, right, all the code on the internet follows that same bell curve of really, really terrible code that must never be implemented and genius level code that you need a fucking uh that you need to be a mathematician to even begin understanding, and then the rest of the code on the internet kind of falls in here, right? And if the AI tools are ingesting data in these quantities, most of the code it produces is going to fall in here, which isn't great. It isn't terrible,
We've got ads.
but it isn't great either. And now we've reached a point where the internet is actually starting to warehouse information that is AI generated, right? Like there is tons and tons of bot posts and stuff on the internet now. And there are other AI tools that are still using the internet to learn from. So now AI is training itself, which means this isn't going to happen anymore. If here's our hopper, our distribution of code is going to look like that. It's only going to get worse. And it's only going to get worse because even when you use code from Gemini, you have to fix it up a little bit. It's never 100% right. And it's always going to get progressively worse because it can't get better without better understanding of the complexity of a project and the overall girth of a project, right? Like if you tried to describe the entire umbrella of what your software needs to do to an AI tool, it would probably die. You definitely should not. You should never use anything, at least not out of the box. I like to ask Gemini for its solutions for one of two reasons. Okay. One, because sometimes I'm just stuck. Sometimes I'm stuck and I want to see if the tool will give me an idea of something that might work better. This almost never works. The other thing I do is we have Discord. Okay. Here's our Discord server. All right. I have a software forum here where I sometimes post code challenges. Okay. And I look at the results that AI gives you to know if you guys are cheating the code challenge. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm always glad to help people out. That being said, I'm going to take 5. I need to go smoke. I've had a cigarette sitting here waiting for me for a while now. So I'm going to go handle that business. I'm going to turn some stream music on so you guys don't get bored. That was loud. There we go. Space lasers. All right, chat, and I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm back. It took a little longer than I thought it would. I ended up having to make a pot of coffee, and I grabbed the smoke, and I had to go to the bathroom. It was the whole thing. It's like, well, while I'm up, I might as well do all the things. So, you're still here. Jeez, awesome. That's dope. Yeah. Oh, now you said food. Now I'm fucking hungry. God damn it. All right. All right, let's look at my StreamerBot beta code, which is going to make a little bit of an issue running 2 StreamerBots. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my actions, and I'm actually going to disable the receive TTS message. This way this doesn't actually fire if I get a TTS. Okay, we turn that down a little bit. All right, man. I mean, that's, you know. Okay, so this is what's firing. Text box isn't actually multi-line though. So let's get open Visual Studio. I just need, this will work fine. Oh yeah, I actually want to show this off real quick before I get into this. I wrote a tool, right? Because writing regular expressions to process text is kind of a pain, right? It's a pain to test. So I wrote this cool test software, right? Where you can take any regex pattern, so we'll say word boundary, and then any word matching matched once or more, and another word boundary, right? And honestly, that literally matches any word that doesn't contain numbers in it. And even then, it'll match any word that doesn't contain numbers because it has to be a boundary, all letters, at least one, and then another boundary. So if I say GL65, this should not match. If I test, it does match. Put it. Okay. Now it all matches because that's an asterisk character basically. For D is digits, it will not match. But if I remove the boundaries, now it does match just the numbers like I told it to. So this is kind of a cool tool. It doesn't do grouping yet. It's one of the things I hope to add to it. But this is kind of cool. You can actually get this as a free program. You can download it off of GitHub. We'll just get that up real quick. Let's paste that in here. You can go down to releases right here and just click this. And you can download the source code and compile it yourself with Visual Studio, or you can just download a pre-built binary, which is just a zip file. You just unzip it and it works. And that's this tool right here. It does replacing too if you want to test pattern replacements. So if I want to replace every instance of the word the dirty F word, right? Actually, we'll just remove the boundary there. We'll put W asterisk and then again W asterisk and a boundary. If I write go self and I replace it with fluff. Test and it says go fluff yourself. So again, this doesn't serve any real functional use. Because it won't edit things for you, but it allows you to just write regex and see where your regex bugs up, or to see if your regex is catching things it should not catch. Like I could take things out of text here, out of chat, and I could just paste it right in the input string and test, and it did not trigger anything in here. Which tells me, you know, but if I want to test, I can actually show you some of the regex that I use. This is actually the regex file that my TTS system reads. Every one of these lines is checking for a different word, right? This is looking for any deviation of the N-word. This is the anagram for without papers. This is the very not nice way to refer to Jewish people of Russian descent. This is for the dirty C word that makes women's skin crawl. This is you should be able to figure out what these are just by looking at them. And this is all the Gen Z garbage that I cannot stand seeing in my chat. So any reference to freaking skibbity or skibbity toilet, any Ohio, Sigma, Riz, any of that nonsense, all that will just get deleted. It just gets removed. This is not inline replacement. It just removes it from the message. So, and this is for common chat trolls because some people like to go into Discord. And in Discord, we have the Respond to TTS channel, right? And some people will highlight the last thing that they wrote and copy it, right? And just keep putting it back into the TTS, so it'll say over and over and over again, user from Twitch says, user from Twitch says, user from Twitch says. And it's kind of annoying, and I don't care for it, because the idea of TTS is for chat to be able to integrate themselves as an audio component of the stream, because chat is not saved.
We've got ads.
We got ads.
We've got ads.
Oh, it comes up twice because I have two versions running. That's funny. Where's Visual Studio? Yeah, no worries, dude. That's literally what I do here. If you notice right below the stream here, there's the title right there. Oh, it's actually not there. It's supposed to be. My bad. Let me just add it. Q&A. That's what we do. Done. Yeah, that was meant to be there. I forgot to put it in when I changed the stream title earlier. I just need to see. This is. I need to get into the designer code. This is called what? Text output? Yeah, text output. So define text output here. Multi-line true. Scroll bars, scroll and vertical. Okay, because I need to re-implement that into this. We'll say text message. Oh, not true. Duh. This takes an enum, so we'd say scroll bars dot vertical. Smartest thing to do would be to just copy that and eliminate the potential for typos. But then also size. All right. Oop. That's a save. Compile. I threw an error. Size to define an assembly that does not reference. Okay. Where's size? Is it system drawing? It's probably system drawing. So we'll say using system drawing and find refs. Compile. There it is. Okay, we're done. Now I'm gonna enable this, and I'm gonna disable it in the other streamer bot here. I'm gonna go into Twitch. Wrong thing. I don't want this. I'm gonna unpause redemptions for the TTS system. We're gonna yeah, the angle brackets are an important part of the email, for email addresses. It's so that you can apply nicknames. Let's look at queues. I've got the message here. Now if I neat, it didn't even try to fire it. Why? Play. Control 9. That's weird. It's okay. It's not required. It depends on how the address is set up, right? A message can just look like this. Okay. But if you want to apply a nickname to the email, you have to wrap it in brackets and then quote the email address. There's two different ways for it. It depends on like what version of email is being sent. So there's actually a neat thing. Let me just pull it up real quick. RFC's email. This looks like it would be the first one. Okay. This is called an RFC, or a request for comments. Okay. This is basically the technical documentation for how most things in technology are built. This outlines the entire mail protocol, how mail is to be sent, how it's to be received, how it's to be back-checked. This is pretty dense data, though. 100%. This is it's not for the faint of heart, but everything in there will describe exactly how to talk to an email server, right? See this? This is the actual text that is sent to an email server when a client connects to that email server. Okay? And again, this is in transmission, so when you're sending an email, the very first thing you say is hello. Not even kidding you. And this is weird because I didn't think it was hello. I thought it was EHLO, but I could have it wrong. Or it supports EHLO, not unless it's a different RFC. I'd have to look. But you start like I could telnet to mail.google.com on what is it, port 25, I believe, for email. And then all I have to do is type hello. This SP is actually for the I forget what SP stands for. And then the domain, which would be gmail.com, and then CRLF, or a character return plus line feed, okay, which you can satisfy with just the enter key on your keyboard. That's fine. There's a bunch of other shit that goes in here, but when you're done, you say quit. Again, with that, you must press enter, and it must send the enter, which Telnet does. So that would be fine. The problem is you can't actually do this with Telnet because of the way backchecking works, which is, I'm not sure if it would be described here, if it's in a later RFC. I've not actually read these. I just know how email works. Email servers do backwards domain lookups so that you can't send bullshit emails from bullshit domains, because you can write PHP scripts to send emails. So an email server will, in most cases, actively look to see if a domain is legit and if that email address is real before it will deliver the mail. And if it isn't, it usually ends up in your spam folder. Yeah, RFCs are really dense, man. Like this, if you're just getting into technology, don't read this shit. Don't. I was 5 years into development, still didn't read these fucking things because they are incredibly dense. These are essentially design documents for the lowest levels of technology. And there are RFCs for everything. These are just the email ones, right? Like, I just go to Internet Engineering Steering Group. Is there a list of just all the RFCs? Wait, what's the RFC editor? That's new. Note that the parts that make up the RFC editor function and their roles are defined in RFC 9280, because of course they are. They wrote a document that is a spec sheet on the tool they use to define how these documents are written. It's a lot. There are literally tens of thousands of RFCs. Because they're additive, right? So like email is not on version 1, clearly. If this is all of the RFCs for email, okay, this is basically like it's RFC stands for request for comments. If you want to actually comment on an RFC, you write a new RFC and reference it to do so. It's kind of like the worst form of Google Docs ever. But it's been in use since the internet came into existence, as far as I know. Not all RFCs are standards. Yes, this is true. RFCs, again, are requests for comments. They are recommendations for how a technology should go, not necessarily for what's implemented. Yeah, RFCs are pretty awesome. The only time you ever really need an RFC is if you are like, let's say I'm writing a game and my particular game engine, for whatever fucking reason, does not support networking. Okay, there's a lot of tools that don't support networking natively. They're simple programs that make like single player games and maybe local co-op, that kind of stuff, but they don't support networking, so there's no multiplayer. If I wanted to implement networking into a game written in one of those engines, I would have to write my own networking library. In order to do that, I have to know how to network. And by networking, I mean I have to know how the TCP/IP protocol works. There's an RFC for that. And if you follow the RFC and you build your packet payload condenser and all of your other utilities that go along with sending data over the internet, and you follow the RFC correctly, it will have no trouble interacting with all of the other networking components that are currently out there. But if you do something special that only your game knows how to do, well, you're probably going to break something. Or nothing's going to know how to talk back to your game correctly. Now, I say that because the RFCs are there, but again, RFCs are not standard. So just because it's in the RFCs doesn't mean it's the way it does work. There is a separate standards thing for pretty much everything, and they are not centrally located, unfortunately. So like, if I wanted to look up TCP IP standards, you would not get that from the ETIF. You would get it. That would actually work. University of Pittsburgh, or from IBM. IBM would probably be the place to get it. Pretty sure IBM invented TCP/IP. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. But this shows you. This is the OSI model. Actually, never mind. This is not how packets are built. Transport, network interface. Like, yeah, again, this is all really dense shit, but email communication is actually way more dense than it should be. 100%, it really is. I didn't find anything on the case numbers, no. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing to find. It just means it may not be listed yet. Or Google hasn't indexed that stuff yet. Like, all of that takes time, right? You said you're going to leave it alone. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm a naturally curious person. So if somebody came to me and said, hey, some people were asking about you, they gave me this paperwork with these numbers on it, I would be calling every fucking body because I want to know who's doing this shit. Okay? In fact, I have a really good example of this in my real life. I did a stream on this Friday night. Recently, an investigation was opened on me as a potential perpetrator for committing. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, I have this cool binder where I keep all my information. Children Youth Services received a report of suspected abuse concerning a name that shall not be named, pursuant to the Child Protective Services Law. The purpose of which is to protect children from further harm. Okay. Basically, I'm being investigated for SA or possible neglect of my oldest daughter. Now, this is a baseless bullshit claim that my ex just filed in order to take control of a custody situation that's gotten really dirty, really grimy between us. But as soon as I got this paperwork, you can bet your ass I was asking all the questions. I want to know who, why, when, where. I want everything. And the reason I want everything might surprise you. Okay? Because I personally know that this is a baseless claim and I have nothing to truly be concerned with. The fact that someone opened an investigation means that they made false allegations, and they did so knowingly, which is perjury. Okay? So now, when the investigation is closed, because as of right now it's still open, because it takes fucking forever for bureaucratic bullshit. Okay? When this closes, I can send a request for all of the information that they have gathered through the investigation, and they have to send me a copy of it under my state's Right to Know Act. And when they do that, I am going to sue the dog shit out of her. Oh, it happened in person. This is a very much real life situation that's been going on outside of stream. This is not I'm a big internet celebrity, so somebody chose to do something dirty to me. This is my ex decided to do something grimy through my local county. So. But again, the point there is that I want all of the information. All of it. I want to know everything. Even if there's nothing to know, right? It doesn't hurt to ask. I guess is the point, right? The worst I can do is call and they say, no, we don't have any information on any of that. Like, we don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, thanks. Now I know. Oh, everything will go absolutely fine for me. Everything will. Like I said, you only have something to worry about if you did something wrong. And the only thing I'm wrong, the only thing I'm actually guilty of, that I'm 100% guilty of, is being a fucking cool-ass dad. That's what I'm guilty of. My kid reached out to me and told me, hey, I'm having it really rough. I don't want to be here anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we can fix that. And I got in my truck, I drove out there, picked her up, brought her back to my house. I'm legally allowed, so... Anyway, it pissed off my ex quite a bit. To the tune of she called the cops, she called Children and Youth, she filed for emergency custody, like it was a whole fucking debacle. And unfortunately now, because of the way everything worked out, I'm probably not going to see her again until her 18th birthday, which is in like 2 months. So, a little bit sad until then, but that's fine. On her 18th birthday, we will reconvene. And the only reason it's going to I have to wait till her 18th birthday. It's not that anything horrible happened that I have to wait. It's that it's only 2 months away, and it will take longer than that for paperwork to finish going through the court system for me to even get a custody date. Like, at this point, filing is fucking moot. So... Dude, unless you were actively, like, uploading pirated content, not downloading, although that is illegal, they don't usually prosecute downloading pirated, illegal content. What they usually prosecute is when you make it available for other people to download. So, back in the day, we used to use a program called Kazaa, or LimeWire, or FrostWire, or BearShare. These were peer-to-peer networks. Now, they're all shut down now. But the way the clients would work is you could search for something you wanted to have, and then you could download it from other people that had it via direct connection from your computer to theirs. And you would download it in pieces. A little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from there. Okay? Which, by the way, made it awesome to use over dial-up, because it was only pieces being down. You weren't downloading, giant gigabytes of data, over dial-up at one time, because when your dial-up inevitably cut the fuck out, you'd be beat. It wasn't the people that were downloading stuff that got in trouble. It was the people that were making it available for upload from others, right? If you were sharing content you did not have the right to share, that would get you prosecuted. And that there was quite a bit of that. In fact, one of the more famous stories I remember was a 16-year-old girl used LimeWire or something equivalent. I don't remember exactly what program. It's been a long time. To download a lullaby for her little brother who was having trouble sleeping. And the way the tool was set up, the client, it automatically shared anything that you downloaded. She downloaded the song, played it for him, and within a few weeks was facing charges for pirated music because it was made available for upload and other people had downloaded it from her. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that actually went anywhere because, again, she was like 15 or 16 years old. You know, if anything did come of it, it was most likely just fines. You know, but I don't know. I 100% don't really know for sure. I did not get the opportunity to follow the story all the way through. Other things, downloading software illegally is kind of a big deal. Big companies do get really pissy about that, but again, it's mostly the re-uploading and making them available to others that will get caught. I wouldn't say it sucks, right? So I used to think that a long time ago, when I first started using the internet, and again, I have, involved knowledge of how all these things work because I use them. And I use them for illegitimate purposes, which is, 100% my bad. But I did that because I was poor. Because I was poor and I wanted to learn how these tools worked. I wanted to use them because I had great aspirations to do cool things. And what I was doing is commonly referred to as stealing. So I've actually deleted anything. Well, I don't even have a computer anymore, but on my current rig here and the rig before it and for the last several years, I don't download or pirate anything. And it's become incredibly important to me now because of this. This is my game. I'm still working on the store page, so yeah, give me time on that. But this is my entry in Steam. This is for my game, and I understand that I'm only going to charge like $10 for this game. Like, that's it. So if you download it illegally, you are robbing me of the $10 for that download, but it's more than that because it's not just the $10. When you take the game from me, I'm also enabling Steam's remote local play. So if you buy the game, you could play the game with anybody over the internet, and they don't need to buy the game. They can just play with you like they're sitting next to you. Okay, and you can invite people to play. It's a very, very cool thing that Valve rolled out with a while ago. So now that's 2 copies of the game that I don't have. But now if you make copies of the game or make the method of piracy available to other people and they do it, this continues to take income from me and from my family, $10 at a time. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I don't make a lot of money. In fact, right now, I'm not making any money. I'm making money on my stream, and it's abysmal. I'm 100% honest with you. We're going to be thoroughly transparent here about my revenues. We're going to go to analytics, earnings. I've made $34.86 this month streaming. That's it. That's my income from everything I do on my computer all day. The TTS system that I've written, the second TTS system that I'm still writing and is broken, the web server that I'm deploying so that Twitch will identify my game properly, the streaming countless hours a day, or a night rather, which I missed a lot because I had a lot of personal shit happen right here. But anyway, all of this is what I got, $34. Now, I could go back to last month, which is a little bit better. Yeah, $201. Month before that, $84. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is by week, right? June 18th? No, it's by month. $392. I did pretty well there. May, $134. Nothing. I've only been monetized since May. So, yeah, there's a compounding effect that starts when you start pirating stuff. And then you, again, making that stuff available to other people that now have no need to purchase it. And I don't think I'm asking a whole lot of money here, right? Like, the game's $10, and I'm pouring my soul into making this thing. Like, it's $10. Come on. And it's not going to be $10 everywhere. It's going to be $10 in the United States. In other countries, it's probably cheaper. Look at you, Brazil. So, again, those tools that you use to acquire either music or software or whatever, more often than not, will make those programs available, or make those files available to other people to download from you. This is particularly true of torrent programs and stuff like that, where you can seed the files that you download for others to download from you. What happens if I hit install? It was instant because there's nothing there. Browse local files. It got a folder. That's what it did. It made the folder. There's nothing in there. That's funny. I just wanted to see if there was any residual stock files or anything that come from Valve. That's funny. It's gonna break, right? Invalid game configuration, you think? That's funny. So the play button lights up based on the existence of a folder in the Steam common directory. That's fucking hilarious. I learned something today. I had no idea that that's how it worked. That's cool. So if I go to here and I go to...
We've got ads. We've got ads.
He does, he just deletes the folder. What's this? What is Susie? What? This isn't my game. Proteus. It's the emulator. It's Mega Man Legacy Collection. Don't like that. Okay. Yeah, I learned something new every day. That's cool. Oh, time for me to check my phone. See if we got a message from the wife at all. Yep. Cool, man. I try to stream every night. This is a Q&A thing, so feel free to pop in anytime you want. If you've got other questions about this, other stuff, completely unrelated, whatever. I've been in software development for over 20 years. I'm pretty well experienced. I'm still not comfortable calling myself a master programmer, except in Perl. Perl, I'm very good with Perl. Nobody uses Pro anymore, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, man, I'd love to see you here. But it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's probably about time for me to booger off. I didn't make 4 hours like I tried to. I could have worked out a better streaming schedule. It's way too late at night. All right. That's the end of the music. Well, thank you everybody for joining me this evening, and I will see you all tomorrow night. Hopefully earlier than 10 p.m. I don't know. I gotta talk to the wife. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do here. But I need to get streaming earlier again. So, good night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, is there soccer practice tomorrow? There is soccer practice tomorrow. You're right. You're right. There is. All right. Okay. Okay, that's still workable though. I'm gonna as soon as I get off the stream here, I'm gonna give you a call, Keon. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably by about 8. Yeah, we have a Discord, man. In fact, not only do I have a Discord, I actually have 2. But this is the one for this community. Um, we have Discord, and I announce all stream and community-related information in here. I'm generally pretty good about keeping everything in here updated as to what I'm working on, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. We've got a small but really good community here. Yeah, Twitch notifications can be slow and kind of shitty. Although Discord notifications can be the same way. Like, I don't get Discord notifications on my phone, but only from my server. Everybody else's server I do. Pirate Softwares, I get notifications for them all the time. StreamerBot, all the time. Once Human, all the time. These guys, never. I never get notifications for their server either. I don't know what that's about. But mine, nope. Awesome, dude. Head up to channels and roles here, and you can pick what roles you want to have based on stuff that you're interested in, and it will automatically assign you roles so that you can come hang out. But with that, we're going to wrap this up for the night. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Good night. Be well.